Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happening in NFT land. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in. On the weekends, I like to go over some of the news in the industry that has been going on throughout the week and just sort of, kind of see where we're at with some things. There's so much news, so I can't always go through it all, but these are some of the things I came across. So traders are selling themselves their own NFTs to drive up prices. How freaking dare they? The NFT market is rife with people buying their own NFTs in order to drive up prices. According to a report released this week by blockchain data firm Chainalysis, known as wash trading, the act of buying and selling a security in order to fool the market was once commonplace on Wall Street and has been illegal for nearly a century. But the vast unregulated NFT marketplace has shown to be a golden opportunity for scammers. The report tracked instances of the same traders selling the same NFTs back and forth at least 25 times, a likely incident of wash trading. It identified a group of 110 alleged NFT wash traders who had made roughly 8.9 million in profit from this practice. Researchers also discovered significant evidence of money laundering in the NFT marketplace. That's not really surprising. In the last year of 2021, the value sent to NFT marketplaces by addresses associated with scams spiked significantly in the third quarter of 2021, worth more than 1 million worth of crypto. According to the report. Roughly $1.4 million of sales in the fourth quarter of 2021 came from such illicit addresses. I'm not really surprised that this is happening, which is why, on this channel, predominantly talk about scams and whether or not NFTs are worth it, because there are so much and there's so much going on. This is the wild west of the NFT place, NFT land right now. And until we have, some sort of regulations, this stuff is going to continue to happen. There's a lot of people out here who are just sort of aping into things, sort of unaware of what exactly they're investing in. They just see this thing popped off. The Bored Apes popped off. Why won't this thing pop off? Or, the marketing around it sounds really juicy and you want to get in, but you don't really do the research to identify the problems here. OpenSea talked about how 80% of its current free tools to mint NFTs, 80% of those are scams. They're false collections. Their artwork stolen from other artists. So this is kind of why we do stuff on this channel, and why a lot of people get mad at me for pointing out certain projects. There's a lot of this stuff happening, and it's a lot more than I think people realize. So we'll go over here. Ubisoft's latest galaxy brain move is to gift scammy NFTs to employees. Fantastic. So Ubisoft's ongoing NFT odyssey continues to bewilder and demoralize not just longtime fans, but also its own developers. The company recently held another workshop aimed specifically at addressing the concerns of skeptical employees, yet also started giving out special NFTs to some members of the Ghost Recon team to celebrate the series' 20th anniversary. One developer likened it to the staff saying, "Hey, we hate crypto stuff." And Ubisoft responding with, "We hear you. Okay, come get some crypto stuff." So if you don't know, Ubisoft had released a little NFT marketplace. I believe Quartz is what it's called. The Quartz one. There is Q&A with Quartz. What's Quartz? Quartz is the name of the Ubisoft recently introduced priority crypto platform. So yeah, they have Quartz where you can buy some of their NFTs and stuff like that, and they have it specifically, I guess, centered around Ghost Recon stuff, and it's not that great. I made a video on it in the past. It's not great stuff, but more than that, a lot of people weren't happy about it. On top of the stuff not being great, gamers are not happy about NFTs. Traditional gamers are just not happy about NFTs at all, even a little bit, really. So where some people have chosen to pull out, I think Square Enix decided, hey, we're going to hold off on our NFT project that we had planned, and we're going to kind of see how things play out and see where we can go, or how we can make it worthwhile for both the players and the company. But Ubisoft is a little bit different. They're sort of just saying, "Okay, fuck you. We're gonna do whatever we want, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna take it. You're gonna bend over, and you're gonna take it the way we want to give it." Last week, VP of Ubisoft Strategic Innovation Labs claimed in an interview that players' overwhelmingly negative reaction to the company's NFT rollout was because they didn't get it. They're dumb. His remarks was roundly derided on social media, but also by some within the company, according to posts from Ubisoft's internal communications platform viewed by Kotaku. In addition to disagreeing with the VP's position, they expressed frustration over the company's continued botched messaging around the controversial tech. They don't get it was also the tone of the recent internal Q&A with the court's team. So Ubisoft is going to continue to push their NFT initiative. They don't care what anybody says, whether it's inside the company or outside the company. Whether this comes back to really bite them in the ass is yet to be seen. To be honest, the only way you can mess with companies like this is if, as the gamers, you just choose not to connect with their product. You know what I mean? You have to decide with your wallet, but it's super hard to do that when, they're producing the games that you like. How do you just step away like that completely, right? So that's a little hard for the gamers at the moment. And Ubisoft doesn't seem to care. They're just going to keep pushing it. Maybe somewhere within the murkiness of it all, they'll find a way to integrate it in a way that people are happy about it. And then once they can do that, everyone else will follow suit. But I feel like Square Enix is sort of just looking at Ubisoft and just being like, yeah, okay, you guys fucking do that shit. And we're going to see you crash and burn and die or ascend to greatness. And then we'll jump in. All right, so that's kind of the end of that. Because this is more on the funner side of things. But I do want to just mention that there are a ton of scummy stuff going on in the NFT space. So be careful. Right, like you got these guys over here who are buying their own NFTs in order to spike the prices. So it looks like they've got traction. The volume goes up. Again, this is, what do they call it? Wash trading. Not something new. This is something that has been done several times in the past. I would like to see some more regulations take on in the NFT space. I think it's necessary, similar to the cryptocurrency space and how it also needs regulations. There's a limit, but I think Nike is actually. I don't quote me on this. I read an article about this. I don't have it here. I believe Nike is either suing or like threatening to sue somebody who has Nike NFTs. So that'll be an interesting. They should win that, I think, hands down. But that'll be interesting to see it play out and kind of how it affects the overall NFT space after that. Similar to how like Ethan from H3H3 took on the guy who tried to sue him for defamation when it was clearly what was it? It was fair use. So we'll see how that works out. On to something a little bit more fun. I think this is great. I have yet to check this out. So this is Polka City. GTA of cryptocurrency Polka City guide, how to make money in the play to earn crypto game. So this is pretty freaking awesome. Basically, essentially what here you have is Polka City it's a metaverse made on the Polkadot blockchain. And what they actually plan to do here is create a GTA-like environment, right? So Polka City is a contracted-based metaverse game where players can invest in virtual assets to earn crypto. Like other crypto-based games, Polka City has seen a boom in interest since Facebook announced their meta change. However, this metaverse game is positioning itself as the GTA of cryptocurrency, adding a Grand Theft Auto style gameplay to the mix. The project encourages players to invest in NFTs, in-game assets such as cars, gas stations, car washes, and hot dog stands. And those in turn will start generating passive income in the game's native currency, Polka City. So this is great. I think this is freaking awesome. I've yet to actually really look into this project too much. There's so many other metaverses stuff. There's like Town Star, and then Decentraland, Sandbox, the big ones, Axie Infinity, and Alien World. So there's a bunch of metaverses to explore still. But I like the idea about this. If you've ever seen No Pixel, if you haven't seen No Pixel and you're interested in the Polka City Grand Theft Auto idea, Go check out No Pixel. You can find it on Twitch. Somebody's playing it right now, I'm sure. And when you they're basically in that world. It's it's a living world. Most of the players you run into are players. There are some NPCs running around, but the firefighters, the police are all players. Like the people who are robbing the banks are players, and the people who come to catch them that play the cops are also players. So that's all really cool. And you can own a business. You can actually go complete legit, run a business, and generate income that way. If your business pops off and people like you, they'll check it out because they have to eat in the game. It does help with certain things, and I think when you take damage, it helps heal you and stuff like that. And I think the characters do get hungry and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I haven't watched it in a while, but I think there was an update for that. But if you're interested in anything like this, go check out No Pixels. It's really fun. And lastly, I'm not sure. I don't know. No, I think I still have one more, I think, over there. Instagram bans @NFT account. A blue chalk mark be damned. A small green alien with sparkly eyes is furious at Mark Cuban. For weeks now, Space Cowboy, a Twitter user with the handle @TopShot Funds, whose profile picture is currently that of a cartoon extraterrestrial, has watched an NFT-centric account backed by Cuban take serious advantage of the less informed. On Wednesday, February 2nd, he finally had enough and decided to publicly accuse the verified @NFT page of promoting a shady cabal of scammy copy pasta NFTs projects without proper disclosure. The thread quickly got a significant pickup in the community, garnering 1,000 retweets and more than 2,000 likes in 24 hours. In it, he says that @NFT was charging project creators 100,000 for promotional posts that were not clearly labeled as ads, making it hard for onlookers to know what was actually vetted and newsworthy. This is the problem, so I don't like these some of these promoter places. Not all of them are going to be like that for sure, but again, it's things like this where doing your own research is so vital in this space right now, and most people don't for various reasons. They don't have time. I mean, they don't understand fully, and they just sort of like want to get in. They're seeing the popularity, they're seeing the hype, and they're getting sucked into it. So it's good that they seem to have been banned by Instagram. Blue check mark, fuck it. That's what's deserved. And again, see, a lot of people will be like, well, this celebrity and this influencer is behind this project. That don't mean shit, man. Like this guy's worth millions. Like the Dallas Maverick owner. That's who this guy is, but he doesn't give two shits. Like, you know what I mean? Or maybe he does, but he doesn't know how, like, he's a busy man. So he's not really even doing his own research to vet these projects. He's like, okay, what is this thing doing? Oh, it's a promotional place for NFTs. Okay, yeah, I think NFTs are kind of cool. And like, why not? You know what I mean? It's like, but they're doing scummy things on the side. And it just goes to show that you can't trust really anybody. Like, you kind of have to do your own research at the end of the day just to verify if you think it's worth it or not. And lastly, something that's a little bit nicer than, getting scammed and all that stuff. So Michael Jordan, multi-coin backed Solana NFT firm Metaplex in $46 million round. So essentially, these Metaplex guys are we'll say right here. In brief, the Metaplex Foundation, which oversees the titular Solana NFT protocol, has raised $46 million in funding. And they're backed up by a bunch of people. So co-led by Multicoin Capital and Jump Crypto. The round also featured participation from NBA legend Michael Jordan, among other investors. I think Allen Iverson is also on there if you're a big basketball fan. And then Kevin Love. So this is just, I really just wanted to throw this in there. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. It's just like, Solana NFTs for Metaplex. The NFT space is getting people who are interested in it. So it's not all doom and gloom and people trying to scam you and steal from you. There is also a lot of good stuff that's going to come in the future. And I think NFTs, as we're seeing them now, will change. Maybe not necessarily the look. Well, the look will definitely change. But I think more or less on the fact that, like, the way we might interact with them, the way that the marketplaces are set up, what's allowed to be on, what's not, what has to be done for certain verifications to come through is going to be changed over this year. I think a lot's going to happen this year in terms of pushing toward a safer environment. I think the same thing with crypto will happen. If it doesn't, it needs to. It needs to start happening as soon as possible to avoid all the other scams and skamazes that we just talked about. But it's nice to be like, $46 million is no joke. So, to see marketplaces getting more and more funding just helps to, breach to the fact that people are invested in this. They want to see it become something, but we're going to have to find a way to make it safe for everybody involved. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back with some specific NFTs that I will be going over. I've got some updates I got to do as well. Just wanted to get this news out here because, the stuff is interesting to me, and I'm hoping it's interesting to you. If you liked, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.